Dharma Bites is brought to you by Free Buddhist Audio, the Dharma for your life. Our work is funded entirely by donations from our generous listeners. If you would like to help us keep this free, make a contribution at freebuddhistaudio.com/donate. Thank you, and happy listening.
So you will find in the Pali Canon various ways in which this is expressed. Sometimes the Buddha talks about letting go of what arises. A more modern way of putting that, a more contemporary way of that, would be talking about letting go of reactivity. It's not much of a comfort to me that neuroscience is beginning to support these discoveries of 2,500 years ago. But nonetheless, it's quite interesting. And sometimes it says something in contemporary speak which helps me to understand a little bit better what the Buddha may have been talking about. There's a book by a man called Robert Wright called Why Buddhism is True, which I'm reading at the moment. And it's very, he's a practitioner, he's a Buddhist practitioner as well as being a neuroscientist. And it's quite well balanced and quite interesting. Something I read this very morning from the Pali Canon, which helped me to see a little bit more clearly how one could put what I've been trying to talk about. In the Samyutta Nikaya, in the section of it which is called the Nidana Samyutta, there is a sutta which talks about liberation and how we can become liberated from the confines of that narrow unitary self and all its indications. And there's a note in the notes which summarizes what the Buddha's been saying. It goes like this: one is liberated by not grasping anything at all with the four kinds of clinging. One is liberated by not grasping anything at all with the four kinds of clinging. So he's not talking about any old liberation, he's talking about liberation, awakening. And the four kinds of clinging he's talking about are clinging to what he calls, what's often translated as sensuous experience. That's all the things that we feel in our body. Secondly, clinging to views, and that, I suppose, the conspiracy theories would be a very, very good example of the way people are clinging to views. Mere rules and rituals, sticking your arm in the air for a couple of years, doesn't really cut it, doesn't help you get liberated. And lastly, personality belief, which is what I've been referring to from time to time in this talk as a sort of narrow, unitary self.
We hope you enjoyed today's Dharma Bite. Please help us keep this free. Make a contribution at freebuddhistaudio.com/donate. And thank you.